Welcome to Coastal Cooking with your host, Carmela Campbell. Coastal Cooking features delicious recipes and cooking tips from the Gulf Coast's finest chefs and restaurants. Watch as popular local chefs prepare their special dishes with natural gas. Coastal Cooking is brought to you by Pensacola Energy, provider of clean, efficient natural gas.
My guests today are from the wine bar on Palafox with Executive Chef Daniel Watts and General Manager Rick Farrow.
Great to meet you.
It is so good to have you all here again because you've got more delicious dishes, of course, from the wine bar, and we've got a lot of wine to talk about, Rick.
We sure do. We've got some great varietals here to pair with these delicious cuisine items from Chef Dan.
And our first dish is one of your brand new appetizers that you're introducing on Coastal Cooking.
Right. Today we're going to start off with some goat cheese and almond stuffed dates wrapped with applewood smoked bacon.
Oh, that sounds good.
All right. So when you get started on this, you want to get your bacon in the oven and do a little par cooking on it so that it'll cook at the right time with the dates because the goat cheese is going to melt really quick. You don't want to overcook any of this, but it's going to come out just right and on time.
Okay.
Dates generally come with seeds in them, so they're really easy to take out. A lateral slice on it, and then you just pull it out.
Pop out.
Quite easy.
And make sure that you leave a little pocket. You don't want to cut all the way through.
Right, you want to make room for that goat cheese and the almond and keep it in there safely.
Okay.
So we're going to work up a couple of these. I've got some started, and I'll show you how to wrap these and go.
These are fairly large dates. They're medjool dates.
Which is from the North African Mediterranean area. Right, I just like to take a spoon and stick my almond in there first. You know how much space I got left to work with. Spoon in a little bit more goat cheese there. We'll do a quick little wrap. And I cut my bacon in half, you know, because you don't want it to be overpowering. You want it all to go together quite well. You know, you're not going to be able to skewer that almond, but you go ahead and get through.
Okay.
You really want to hold that bacon on there and just get them ready to go.
Okay. This is a quick and easy appetizer,
It's
isn't it?
really nice. The flavors are excellent. Good balance of acidity and nice round flavors with the bacon.
And this is easy to serve.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's
On a tray, pass.
great for any event
appetizer.
or a little party. These are great for our bar snacks, you know, because we have guests that like to come in and sit down, have something real quick and easy and get out before they go to something like a Sanger event or.
And the taste, you've got, you know, the goat cheese, which is fairly strong.
Yeah, it's got a little sharpness to it, and then the bacon's nice and creamy and smooth.
And your sweet date.
Yep.
All the taste buds are excited with the salty and the sweet
Yes.
and creamy. Makes
Yeah,
for
it does.
a good balance on the palate, I think.
Now these are glazed almonds that you're using?
These are actually the wine bar spiced almonds that I keep in-house. I like a little bit of that cayenne spice in the middle. It's a sweet little heat.
Well, there's another taste.
Yep.
I didn't realize that. Perfect.
So we'll just get a couple more of these on here, and I'm going to pop them in the oven to finish them up. It'll take about 1 minute. They're really quick.
Okay. How long has the wine bar been?
We're coming up on our 6th year.
Is that right?
The end of this, November will be 6 years.
I think so.
Very popular
good, yeah.
spot, I'm telling you too. Y'all got it going.
We've done some growing too. We're getting busier. We're about to open a little outside bar area. The kitchen's going to get a little renovation and update with the new season coming up on us. Just ready for more downtown action. Downtown's growing a lot.
It sure is.
We're really getting to the phase of incorporating wine kegs to the wine bar. We've had 8 total wine kegs, and we're installing 8 more, so we'll have 16 opportunities for people to enjoy wine. The red wine will be at the right temperature served out of the kegs, and just give everybody a little more of a pleasure to enjoy the wine at the right temperature, which is it's kind of hard to do in a Pensacola restaurant when the outside temperatures are usually a little on the warmer side.
Right. But you know, this is a perfect time to enjoy your outdoor dining.
Yeah, it is.
In the breezeway.
It is, yeah. It creates a nice little breeze through the breezeway, and
yeah, it's perfect.
the brick surrounding the breezeway gives it a nice, comfortable feel. And we're fortunate that a lot of people who come to see us come back and really enjoy their experience there.
And there's a lot of dining right on the sidewalk on Palafox.
It is. That's a real hot spot. Everybody enjoys people watching, especially, and a those are the seats that go first usually. But
Yeah,
it's a
well,
good
it's
time.
nice. It's really pleasant.
It really is. Yeah, we're fortunate.
So I went ahead and put those in the oven. It's really about 1 minute out, and
Okay.
then we'll be ready to serve it. I've just got some basil here for a little color, and it'll be a nice palette to put it on.
Sure will. Well, while we wait for those, tell us, Rick, about what wine you would pair.
Well,
with
I
this
enjoy
appetizer.
with this appetizer. I think the bacon adds a nice flavor, so I'd probably go with the Cercius out of the Rhone Valley in France. This wine has a nice Grenache, which is kind of a lighter spiced red wine, and it also has a little of the Syrah, which is known to have a bacon fat-like flavor to the wine. So in this case, the bacon fat flavor of the wine would add nice flavor to the appetizer here as well. So
Okay.
in my opinion, that would be pretty tasty there.
And you
with
all are
these.
so knowledgeable at the wine bar.
Oh yeah.
So if
All of
someone
our
comes
staff is
in,
educated
right,
ready
and
to go.
doesn't have an idea of what to order,
Sure.
you can
We al-
suggest things?
We do. We always try to guide them. We always ask what maybe they've enjoyed in the past and try to find something that we have that's similar that might, graduate them from typically drinking a white Zinfandel to try something new, maybe a Riesling, and then their next experience we might try to graduate them to a Sauvignon Blanc and then a Chardonnay and then perhaps a Pinot Noir next time, and then work them up the wine ladder, as we like to say, and give them an opportunity to really discover wine. So.
And that's what I love about dining out, is trying different things, trying a wine and really, seeing if you really like it and want to maybe buy it or try it again.
Absolutely. Our happy hour every day from 11 till 6 gives our guests a big opportunity to enjoy wine at a half-price option so they can try things they normally wouldn't experience.
Yes.
And have a little confidence and then, discover from there and keep on going and enjoying wine.
And get to sample it with a dish like this.
Absolutely.
This is magnificent. Look how beautiful that looks. And on a bed of basil.
Yep.
How different. I love that. So Rick, let's put our glass of wine that you've chosen.
It's going to be the Cercius Rhone Valley red wine from France. A little Grenache and Syrah blend. It'll go nicely with the bacon and the richness of the dates.
I love it. Can't wait to try that. So this is just one of the new appetizers?
One of the new ones. There's going to be quite a few on there.
Oh, good. Well, this is a beautiful one.
I think so.
And I think
so.
it's paired with the perfect wine. Well, gentlemen, we're going to take a commercial break right here, but when we get back, we've got a special entree from the wine bar in Palafox. Don't go away.
Heat pumps don't pump much heat. In fact, heat from an efficient natural gas heater can be 30% warmer, and you can get up to an $800 rebate when you install one. Warming up to natural gas yet? Learn more at PensacolaEnergy.com. Heating water with electricity versus natural gas can cost twice as much, and tankless natural gas water heaters can add even more savings. So don't get soaked with higher energy costs. Learn more at PensacolaEnergy.com.
Daniel, what's our next dish?
We're going to do a nice little pork ribeye with a basil, feta, Kalamata olive, tomato, and lemon dressing on top.
One of your new entrees.
Right, going on this menu.
Okay, let's get
So,
started.
I'm going to go ahead and I've got this pan heated up over here, and this is a nice pork ribeye. It's basically part of the pork. It's the T-bone of the pork without the tenderloin on the top. So we're just going to get a nice sear on that.
Do you have it seasoned?
I did salt and pepper, kosher salt, of course, and then we use. I've gotten my staff trained to use fresh cracked black pepper, and we sift it in house. Just really fresh flavor. It keeps them doing it all the time instead of buying a product that loses the flavor on the shelf.
Very good.
And then, so over here in the bowl, I've got some extra virgin olive oil. I support local, so I use the Shoreline olive oil, and then just I'm gonna squeeze some lemon juice in there. Chop my basil in, and then mix our Kalamata olives and feta with a little fresh garlic while that's searing. You always want to watch out for the seeds when you're squeezing lemons in.
And you said this topping can be used on a variety of things.
Fish, chicken, especially going into, it's fishing season like we are always in. You can put this on anything.
Be good on cobia this time of year especially.
Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't it?
Oh yeah.
Just such a good, fresh tasting, healthy topping.
Really is. The lemons give you good flavors. The olive oils.
Fresh
Some of the
tomatoes.
best available. Fresh tomatoes. It's tomato season coming up right now, so
Yeah, perfect.
it's good.
So I do about 1.5 lemons to 3 tablespoons olive oil. Just equal amounts on this because you're not really making a dressing. You just want it to bind and flavor all the tomatoes and calamatas.
Okay.
As I'm putting this together, I'm going to put the feta in last, just so the cheese doesn't dissolve into it. I want it to be kind of crunchy and bigger chunks as it sits on the pork to melt over it a little. I like nice chunks of feta, you know, a good bite to it.
Yeah.
Gives a good salty character to it, for sure.
I'm going to cut these Romas down into 8. Just, like I said, nice big chunks. This is a nice dish. You can put it over anything like risotto, or we're going to do potatoes today, some Yukon Gold potatoes that I slow roasted all.
Risotto would be good with this.
It really would.
Any
Yeah.
kind of side.
Nice and creamy with the risotto.
And you've got a special wine too.
We do,
Rick,
yeah.
For this?
Yeah, with this dish, I think with the feta cheese and the olives and the being the pork dish, a little Pinot Noir from J. Davies does really well. This is the Salt and Stall Vineyard out of the Sonoma Coast. Nice flavors, more of a masculine style Pinot Noir. It's a little richer in flavor. It's got some of those good baking spice notes of brown sugar and clove and nutmeg, and I think that'd be a nice little pairing with the pork dish and the olives and the feta cheese, and really enhance the flavors there for sure.
Great. Sounds good.
So with your Kalamata olives, a lot of people say cut them in half. I just like to go through and give them a rough chop all the way through. Halves, wholes, quarters, it doesn't matter. It's just nice. Olives are so delicious.
Especially the Kalamata. Such
yeah.
a good flavor.
Great flavor. Little brininess to it. Nice, real nice olives.
Sure is nice to be able to get them pitted, isn't it?
Yeah. I do have a pitter at the restaurant, but it's a lot nicer to not have to do it.
It really is, yeah.
Especially dining.
Yeah.
You know, to have to eat those olives with the pits in them is
It's a challenge.
not fun.
So we're gonna salt that a little. Then we're gonna chop up the basil, get that in there, and put the feta on it. This pork's probably ready to flip.
This will be finished off in the oven?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll do a little bit of the cook time in the oven on this, and then we'll top it so that because with pork you want to make sure it goes through all the way.
Okay.
And you don't want to lose all your topping and just like melt and cook in the mush in the pan. So chopping down this basil. I love fresh basil, it smells so good.
It sure does. It's one of my favorite herbs. Can you smell that aroma?
It really can, yeah. Nice flavors.
Wonderful.
Good combination.
And then just get your feta in there. Like I said, good chunks. Break some of them down a little more. You know, we're a cheese shop also, so I never really go light on the cheese. So.
Yes.
And we stopped retailing cheese for a while, but we've started doing it again at our new location. It's the bottle shop on Balin Street.
That's right. We need to let everyone know about that.
We really do. It's a new store. It's our retail fine wine shop and craft beer shop. It's called The Bottle Shop, and it's on Balin Street, 118 Balin Street, right next to J.D. Hayward's photography studio.
Right.
Over 700 different wines and about 400 different beers are available, all for retail purchase, and it's been well received. As a matter of fact, when we were getting the building ready to go for the store, some of the wall came down a little bit, some of the drywall, and revealed a beautiful 1940s Coca-Cola Work Refresh sign, which is...
Is that part of your store now?
It is, as a matter of fact. We touched it up slightly, but it was the original side of a garage from a gentleman named
Meredith.
Brown Marine. I think they owned that store, and it was an auto mechanic store. And back then, you know, the billboards were the size of the building.
Right.
And this was done in 1940. It's got the big Coca-Cola in the guy's hand and the big symbol, and it's amazing what you can see downtown sometimes if you just if you look and see what's underneath.
That was quite a surprise, wasn't it?
It was a shock, but a pleasant one. It became the focal point of the store, as a matter of fact.
Sure.
So great store. They do a wine tasting there every Friday from 5 till 7.
Really?
And that's a $10 wine tasting with a $5 back on the purchase. So $5 to try 10 different wines, and I always enjoy the mystery wine. That's always a good time. So you can play the guessing game and see if you can figure out what it is.
How neat.
Yeah, so it's coming along
So
really
you
well.
all have expanded.
Oh yeah, we're constantly growing, constantly.
That's wonderful. And you're kind of expanding the restaurant too?
Yeah,
little bit?
we're working on a new little area, a new little back bar out to bridge the gap between the parking garage and our breezeway.
Oh, good.
Give the guests a little more outside dining because
Yeah.
Pensacola's all about that right now.
That's right.
It's beautiful.
You're absolutely right.
So I've come through and I've gone ahead and topped the two that I had a little bit earlier started, and I'm going to throw these back in the oven.
Okay.
And you want to warm up your potatoes at this point in time. They're only a couple minutes out, so get that. As soon as you see that cheese starting to break down and melt a little,
Okay.
all these flavors will have combined great into that pork.
And it's perfect right there.
Yeah. So we're going to get it cooking and finishing up.
Okay,
Be ready
sounds
in a
good.
second.
Sounds good. Now you all also have wine tastings at the restaurant.
We do. We used to have them on Fridays. We moved those tastings to the bottle shop on Balin Street, and we'll
Okay.
start ours on Saturday afternoon. We find that the marketplace downtown brings a lot of people out for that, and we like them to come visit us too while they're perusing downtown.
Sure.
And so we'll do a nice little wine tasting similar to the Balin Street Bottle Shop's wine tasting, where we'll have 10 wines for $10 with a $5 purchase. So it's going to be a pretty nice event. That's starting next week, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
So looking forward to that.
And more people are enjoying downtown now.
That's
and
so great.
It's amazing, you know, just the renaissance and renovation that's going on down there.
It's really a renaissance.
Don't you love
and
being in the
rebirth.
thick of it?
I do. Yeah, it's been awesome to watch and be part of it. You know, it's
I
like
know.
sit back and enjoy the show.
That's right. And you've got the best of both worlds with your new bottle shop now.
We do,
and
we do.
restaurant over here.
We're watching Pensacola expand and happy to be a part of that, as a matter of
I know
fact.
it.
So
I
it's a good
know,
time.
that's wonderful. Well, I'm just impressed with, you know, your knowledge of wine, and then you've got your cheeses that
Right.
you do too. Do you offer samples of those?
We do sample if somebody comes through and they're looking for something in particular. If I have it and it may not be exactly what they like, I'll sample them through. And just like Rick will teach you about your wine, I'll teach you about your cheeses and
So you can actually buy cheeses from you
right.
and wine.
And we do the cheese plates on our menu, on our small plates
I love
menu.
that.
You know, I know how much you love the small plates, and we've always got
Yeah.
the bacon wrap scallops, which is a staple, and everything. We've been evolving new pasta dishes in, just getting everything.
Yeah.
You know, enjoying downtown.
Well, when you have the
It's
small
best.
plates, you can get 2 entrees.
You sure can, that's
I love
right.
that part of it. So
Yeah.
that's wonderful. We're going to take a commercial break. We're going to have this ready when we get back and then start
Absolutely.
our dessert. So stay with us.
Natural gas dryers may cost a little more than electric ones, but they dry clothes quicker, making them cost half as much to run. So now who's getting taken to the cleaners? Learn more at PensacolaEnergy.com.
Natural gas is the clean, reliable, earth-friendly energy choice. Here's what Pensacola Energy customers have to say about using natural gas.
Natural gas has been great. The difference between cooking on electric and natural gas has been amazing. I really didn't think I would notice that much of a difference, but I really have.
Go blue and save green with natural gas from Pensacola Energy. Visit PensacolaEnergy.com and make the switch today.
Cooking with natural gas is more controlled than using an electric range. But more importantly, they're less expensive to operate. Don't get burned with electric. Learn more at PensacolaEnergy.com.
Welcome back. Daniel, I think our pork dish is ready.
It is, and I've already taken the liberty of getting these Yukon Gold potatoes roasted up and ready to go with it.
Okay.
So they're all in the same pan. And we're going to plate it on this little bed of spinach. So I'm going to lay down the spinach first, pull these nice hot pork ribeyes out of the oven,
Okay.
and top this all.
Oh, it's a pretty dish.
Well, it is. Good
Beautiful
color.
presentation, right?
I love fresh spinach on a nice hearty dish like this. You know, it's got so much color and it slow wilts under the heat. It's a nice way to have spinach. You never wind up overcooking it or anything,
Yeah.
and it absorbs all the flavor of the pork and everything when it's
It's perfect.
getting topped.
Oh, and look at that.
Let me grab my tongs.
Look
real
good
quick.
enough to eat,
Turned
don't
out nice.
they?
Absolutely, I hope so.
And your fingerling potatoes, now you
These are
just did
roasted
those in the
Yukons.
oven? Okay.
Yep. Salt and pepper, roasted them with a little olive oil. And just split them in between the two plates, you know. I'm a big potato fan, so there's always going to be a bunch. These eat so well even just alone. It's just Yukon Gold potatoes, salt, pepper, and some more of that olive oil. Slow roast, keep your oven temp low, and you get so much good flavor out of those potatoes. Buttery, sweet.
This is quite a dish.
This is a good entree style dish here.
Yes, you won't go home hungry on this
No,
one.
you won't. Nice.
We run features at the wine bar that, you know, they're a little heavier, but sometimes you don't want to just sit down and have a small plate. You want a little more to it. So, you know, when you're having that 2 glass of wine night, you want a little more to eat with it.
And I always have to say room for dessert.
That's right. That's
I'm
coming
not
up
going to
soon.
miss my dessert.
Absolutely.
And there we go.
Sweet
Beautiful.
2 nice little pork chops.
What
or
a
pork
beautiful
ribeyes.
topping. I love that. Let's put this up here.
Let's set this behind me.
We've got a lot to eat today.
I think so. Well, there's more in store. We've got that dessert you've been
got our
craving.
dessert. In fact, we're going to start our dessert right
I'm going to
now.
go ahead and get it started. This is going to be a Portuguese strawberry and ice cream dish, and this is where I use port wine and sugar, chop down some fresh strawberries just because they're in season and delicious and beautiful. Pick these up at a local market, and I'll cook them down together and then top them over some nice vanilla ice cream. So light, easy to eat. You know, strawberries and cream, how could you go wrong?
Sure. Now, where does the Portuguese come in?
The port wine.
Oh, okay.
And this is the Quinta de la Rosa LBV, or late bottle vintage, 2011 out of Portugal here. It's a ruby style, so it's got a little brighter flavor than the nutty or tawny could have.
Okay.
And this does really nice with the accent of the strawberries. And that provides the base for the sauce.
Great. So
So-
you already have some in here?
I went ahead and put the port in the pot. A little more couldn't hurt. We got a bunch of strawberries here, and you know, cook them with wine.
What is it, more is better? I don't know. Could be.
As long as you get some in the pot, they say.
Okay, that's right.
Just
Save
a little.
some for the pot.
Then we got a little sugar, and I'm gonna go ahead and start heating that on a low heat, so that it'll just kind of start breaking down.
Okay. Are you waiting for this to thicken or just to incorporate?
No, you just want it to really kind of dissolve your sugar.
Okay.
And so that when there's fruit from the sugar, or the sugar from the fruit breaks down into it, it'll just absorb the flavor, replacing the sugars with the sugars of the wine and the sugar in the pot.
Okay.
And you add sugar just because wine will leave it more tart and vinegary. But like adding sugar to vinegar, you bring out the sweet notes, and you'll have a little better maceration of the fruit.
Okay.
And this won't take at all any time to heat up, so I'm going to turn it real low. Start slicing down these strawberries. I'm also going to put in a little bit of squeeze of lemon juice just to help with the balance on it all, because acidity balances acidity and sugars real well. So just do about a half a lemon on this one.
And Rick, what would you suggest with this dessert?
I would probably go with a nice, good way to finish or start any meal is with a little glass of the Francos Montan Brut Rosé, a dry rosé. It can complement anything from a salad to a filet mignon. Extremely versatile with our Florida weather, you know, a nice refreshing chilled glass of the sparkling wine from Francos Montan would be a perfect match. It's got a little peach flavor to it, so it's got a little sweetness, but being a Brut style, it's one of your drier styles or the driest style available. And I always like to have mine as cold as possible. All the sparkling wines are meant to be chilled as much as possible for the refreshment aspect.
Okay.
And nothing quite goes as well as with strawberries and sparkling wine. That's kind of a natural combination anyway. So this is available at our bottle shop, of course, and also at the wine bar. This is one of our happy hour wines that the guests have fallen in love with. It's one of the Wine Spectator top 100 wines, as a matter of fact.
Very good.
So great value.
Very good. And you've got some beautiful strawberries. My goodness.
'Tis the season.
Isn't it though? And you got these at Bailey's?
At Bailey's
Local?
Farmers Market, yep. It's they're out of Plant City, Florida. So I mean, it's strawberry time, you know.
Thank goodness. I've been waiting for it all year, you know?
It's been a cold year for the
Yes.
winter for us, so it's nice to see spring arrive.
And with
It's just
this
great.
dish, you don't want to hold back on the strawberries. I mean, really, you just Use them all. It's gonna go. They won't go bad.
That's right.
You know, if you want, you can refrigerate this later and use the sauce for anything else. If you want to put it over, you know, a little sponge cake or something. You know, you can
good.
it's versatile. Yeah.
You know what? While you finish this, I'm going to give everyone a telephone number. If you would like written copies of today's recipes, you can call Pensacola Energy, 436-5050, or you can visit our website at www.coastalcooking.com. And Daniel, you've added some strawberries.
I have. I put that pile I was working on earlier in. I've got a couple more I'm putting in. And then definitely brought this up to a nice hard boil so that everything starts to break down. And as soon as your strawberries start getting loose and soft, you're ready to go over this ice cream. I went ahead and bowled some up real quick so that you can see how beautiful it is and comes over it. And I left one fresh one on each because everybody loves a fresh strawberry.
Yes, and it's garnished.
Absolutely.
As if you need anything with this.
So we're just going to scoop these over and get plenty of that juice on there because that port is really what makes this dish. And port wine, who says no?
Not to this.
Not me.
Oh, that's beautiful. Perfect. Summertime dessert, isn't it?
It really is. Strawberries are in season.
That's the
Port
time to
wine
make it.
gives it nice flavor.
It sure
Goes great
does.
over ice cream.
Well, listen, you all have a lot more than food and wine going on at the wine
We
bar.
do.
Tell us some of your other activities.
Well, we're open 7 days a week now. We've opened up on Sunday, and we have a nice couple brunch items Chef creates on a Sunday basis. And on Wednesdays, we have a runners club that meets with us, and they plan a different route downtown every Wednesday. And from 5:30 till 7, they run about and come in and have cold beer, not just wine, but beer as well, and enjoy some cuisine, the chef's cuisine. And we've also started a nice paint night on Sunday nights. It's a couple Sundays a month. Julia Beardsley from paintnight.com comes and sets up canvases, and guests can come and learn how to paint, which is, who doesn't enjoy drinking a little wine and doing a little painting? So that's
right.
That's doing really well for us as well.
That's very popular activity now.
It is, yeah, definitely Pensacola. There's a couple other venues that have it, but some about our patio and our outside area that
Perfect.
just adds nice flavor to the experience there.
You're open 7 days a week.
Oh, yeah.
Sunday?
Busy.
Sundays, yeah.
Lunch and dinner, and you open at 11?
We open at 11 o'clock every day of the week, and our happy hours from 11 till 6, half-price glasses of wine. And it's been a real winner. Everybody seems to enjoy it, for sure.
I bet. Well, we are thrilled with what you have presented today, Daniel.
Thank you.
And your wine to go with each dish.
It was a good match, yeah.
Perfect match and perfect way to end the meal with this great
Encompass
dessert.
the wine bar.
That's right.
This is all of
On
it.
Palafox, you'll have to come back.
Oh, yeah. I'm always coming back.
Well, I mean, this is only your 200th time, right?
It's not that long.
Well, we always love having you. And
Thank you.
Rick, you will have to come back too.
I would
because
love
it was
to.
a joy to hear all this knowledge about these great wines.
Well, it's a pleasure just being here with Pensacola Energy.
Well, we appreciate you all coming and sharing these delicious dishes with us in the wine, and we hope to see you back again soon.
Anytime.
Okay, we hope to see you again next Sunday because we'll be here with more Coastal Cooking.
This has been Coastal Cooking with your host, Carmela Campbell. Coastal Cooking is brought to you by Pensacola Energy, provider of clean, efficient natural gas. Join us each Sunday at 6 p.m. for more Coastal Cooking.